rounds in a row. I think at that point, though, it comes down to damage control, because BuzzKill are always going to fight back in a big way. They've been so good at finding ways back into these games and stringing their own long strings of rounds together. The last time we saw London with a huge lead on Dust 2, BuzzKill answered back with 10 of their own in a row. We'll have to see how things go. London will be on the offensive, and the immediate push towards A will be the call. Krays given opportunity, but Link will take down the first player in his path. Hawk can do nothing from up heaven, and the smoke will siphon off the rotations. It will be the 4 versus 5 retake on the cards now.
And 2 players up at heaven, 1 more coming into the back of lobby, another over to the main position. BuzzKill need a retake. They've got that defuse kit on Hawk, but look at Mezzi. He's already covered off on Russ's position. It's all down in the face, and he gets the headshot as well. 4 versus 4 now. BuzzKill going to make their way inside as they spot the players on the bomb site. Link will go down. Fraser goes down to the same, as Adam remains the last man left. 2 kills to his name. Runs out of ammo and goes falling all the same. Hype, no defuse kit, but he's got plenty of time for this. I think he's going to hold on to it. It's a pistol to the favor of BuzzKill.
And another really close pistol. 1v1 again, and it's this time BuzzKill that edged it out. In the previous map, it was London that were more successful. BuzzKill had to rely on a 1 versus 3 in their T-side pistol. These pistol rounds throughout the entire series have really told the story. It's close-knit in every single instance. BuzzKill, even though they were a man down on that retake, they find consistency in those frags. Russ, that opening kill towards door is what really catalyzed that entire push, and now it's going to be the investment here from that CT side. The pistols are coming out from London. It's the Deagles in its entirety, and they're going to try and play this sort of pick-based style, whereby if BuzzKill get a little bit too aggressive, they may be able to capitalize and punish them for that fact.
Yeah, XM1014 and Krays playing on top of the huts. Pretty decent position pioneered by the great Hiko, essentially. Right up there, ready for the trades, ready for the frags as London make their way out into the hut if they go there. For now, it's Hype to outside, challenging on Link, taking a lot of damage actually from these Deagles, and again, showing the potential of what the Deco can do for the T side. As Russ will start things off on Adam with a P2K shot. Hype will trade out with the XM. The low HP player as Krays picks up the M4. He'll turn on towards Kray of his own right with another $900 kill actually. This shotgun gets a lot more money than that. Actually another one onto Mezzi, so money stacking up for Hype, and no Deagles will get no kills. Krays with the final, all 5 stay alive for BuzzKill. London, however, it was an eco. They're up for the buy.
Not quite as much damage as they would have hoped to achieve. No real casualties in the round, although they will have at least a considerably easier time coming into this first gun round. I mean, the FAMASs are out, the XM is there, although that can be devastating up close, and we've seen how instrumental Krays can be from that top of hut position, typically with a rifle in hand, but London are going to try and go for a faster play. This is, again, this Vents dive that we've seen time and time again throughout the series that London have played on Nuke. Adam gets down towards the bottom of the B bomb site, but JSAV at least stands in his path. The flanking potential is really limited here for Adam.
Here's the thing about Adam. Every time he goes to that vent dive, he goes to this control room. I would have hoped that JSAV would have been able to read onto that. He's watching this position. I mean, he's not going to go ahead and peek. They're chasing him. And they will find Russ. So Russ, you know, 3 players committing to this is going to draw a lot of attention away from the upper bomb site and actually towards the outside position. Hype's going to rotate away as meanwhile the twos make their way down into Secret. JSAV will deal with Adam. Trade out for the AK. But Mezzi will lead the charge for London in once again to the Secret halls. There is only 1 player here to deal with it, and London are going to opt to rotate back over to the top end of the map up. Hype will go down on main, so it's all left to Krays. XM1014 is still in play towards Squeaky. He might make his way out of hut. Could deny his bomb plant if it's open for main. But meanwhile, they're going to wait for 1 player in Hawk to get into position up at heaven. The bomb plant will come through. Kray will face, not see the man though. This is crucial information, but Link with a simple headshot shuts it down.
Hawk and JSAV not really given a lot of opportunity or space to work with in this round. Going to try and instead contain these London players in towards the site, let the bomb do the majority of the damage, do as much damage to the economy of that T side as possible. Make it expensive on the reinvestment. JSAV will cut off the vents rotation. Hawk will just listen, wait for them to make any sort of progress towards outside or CT spawn respectively. They attempt to run away from the bomb, but Hawk will get one on the exit, retreat himself, and get that gun over to that next round. So a little bit more damage done there, but London ultimately able to secure the round, keep 3 alive, which is the real number that you need to be able to build up their economy on that T side. If you go lower than that, you're sort of at a deficit. As you go forward, you end up losing out on utility over time. BuzzKill should be able to muster some sort of an investment off the back of those safe weapons, though.
Yeah, a lot of money kicking around for Hype and Rust, so the AWP can come out from Rust. It is Glass Cannon, which is my main concern. A flashbang to support it, and London going to go fast once again into the A bomb site. Quickly responded to by a lot of nades and counter utility from the BuzzKill squad. Very clearly they're up for the force buy, so London will read this and be like, okay, let's back off and hold for a second rather than rushing straight into our dooms. It's a very good play right now. Could leave a bit of a chance for BuzzKill still. London initially backing entirely out of the lobby area. We'll try and sell them on the secret push. The smokes will go up towards that red box position. But the T's are going to commit, it seems, to A. Hype down. First casualty out towards the old vents. Praise comes up, spots 2, but Link quickly shuts him down with a 2K. And Adam focusing on the heaven position. The Molotov will burst in the air, so it doesn't quite flush out the heaven area. But a 5-on-3 regardless for London Esports. They are at a major advantage.
Yeah, the immediate call to save there from BuzzKill. This time not trying to push and get as many weapons out of the hands of London as their economy is broken as well on that CT side. They treated the previous round as a bonus, so a little bit more brazen in their peaks, a bit more risky in how they wanted to set themselves up. Fraser may go down on the backstab, however. Hawk will be able to line that one easily enough. Russ as well will take them down at range with the AWP. We talked about how 3 is the magic number here for London, so they're not going to chase too aggressively for these remaining kills. Instead, trying to keep as much value as possible. Hawk even deploying a Molotov to see if he could garner a bit more damage onto these players, but to no avail. 3v3 is BuzzKill do save a series of weapons over, and I wonder if they'll be tempted again to buy back into things. That Hawk can drop over a weapon, an SMG could maybe be garnered by the likes of Craze as he plays up close and usually on the T roof. Instead it's going to be the pistol, but they do force back.
I'm not sure about that head Kevlar buy from Hype and Crazed. I mean, they have got full AKs out for London Esports, so they could have done without it. But either way, it is still going to be a buyback from the BuzzKill side. A number of rounds that you do get a buyback in after losing against London Esports. I mean, that is quite a unique situation, but regardless, it will be coming into play for BuzzKill. Lack of outer control. London Esports can get towards red box and quickly get themselves out to secret. Again, the smokes are up for secret, so it'll all be left to Hawk. He has been standing up and standing out so far in this series of BuzzKill, and can he hold a crucial defensive in this secret position? I mean, there's only 2 players there. The other 3 are yet to cross back over. Playing it so closely, so silently, so carefully at this stage right now for the CT side.
Still no initial pressure really put on by London, and BuzzKill are pushing them a little bit further forward. Hawk is looking for some additional information. The shoulder just spotted out. That will prompt the smoke. Trying to delay the hit towards that lower site on the side of London, but it'll only buy him so much time. A rotation may have to be called here if things continue to heat up over towards B.
Oh, the nade. Oh, the timing. Oh, that's going to do a lot of damage.
That makes every headshot lethal at this point.
That means every spray could be working up for Hawk. Take a nade, take only 3 points of damage. He's going to line them up, get himself 2. Craig comes back with 1 more. The bomb has been dropped and the CTs know where it is. Fraser comes back onto Russ, however. Turning things back around. 3v3, not ready for Hype at such a close range. So, man advantage regained by BuzzKill. The T's are going to poof for a ruse from the same positions that the CTs rotating him from. They're going to come back over towards the A-bomb site. Hype can't get the shots on Link, and we'll try and force the issue. The other 2 will rotate back over through ramp. And somehow, someway, London Esports has snuck the bomb plant in underneath the notice of BuzzKill.
They've circumnavigated the rotation there towards that lower site, and Link and Cray have now doubled themselves up so that they have maximum trade potential. Craze there with the 5-7. Link able to get the first, unable to convert on the spray transfer. It's going to be the defuse coming through. JSav has the kit, so Hype can go back to recover the AWP. BuzzKill get themselves a 3rd registered in their name. It's close. It's certainly close, and that damage, that nade that was really thrown in towards secret, it slowed them down. It made things a lot easier for those initial fights to go their way, but crucial frags in towards the vent that allowed the plant to even come through from that T side.
That also forced the issue of London Esports a little bit. You know, damage being coming through from the BuzzKill side leaves that not a whole lot for the T's. AK's on 4, Deagle out for Fraser. Smokes up, nades in for Hype. Actually lands on Link and Cray. Oh, they were pretty far pushed. Okay, that's a different position. Excuse me, scratch that.
Simultaneous nade throws.
That was pretty well timed. Like, honestly, God thought they were outside. I was like, wait a minute, there's only 1 man there. Looking like it will be a B split. They have to make their way into the ramp position. Great timing from Link as JSF had the utility out. He has to fall right back. The CTs will know now what's going on as Hawk is dealt with by Adam. Backed over towards the secret position. Russ gets out of dodge, but Fraser going to chase him down and take him out with a deagle. JSF comes up with a kill back on Link to a 4 versus 3. Make it 3v3 as Craze comes onto Adam, but again, Mezzy over to the secret area will deal with JSAV. So
Hype's
2 players left, and Hype, oh my god, no way. 1 player, 2 players lined up, bomb drop, but Craze comes in and just about supports Cray on the trade frags. It's a 4th round for the BuzzKill squad.
That was so well read from Hype to recognize that immediately they were falling back from ramp and getting himself into a position where they weren't expecting. On top of the hut, he stood, getting that crucial double kill and signaling to his teammate to come up through the vents as well for the trade. It was the 1 player surviving for BuzzKill. The full reinvestment has to come out, but now it's going to be upgraded pistols once again on the table here for London, trying to do as much damage as possible. They'll meet the AWP of Russ outside, no smokes. It's going to be a shooting gallery for Russ if he's presented the opportunities. And Cray can't even lurk his way out of the A ramp. No initial pressure will draw the attention of Crazed.
Yeah, simple kills coming through from the AWP and the AUG. MP9 like to get a piece of the action if you're Hype. Hawk will take down Link instead. Russ comes up with 1 more. And now suppressing down the SMG. We'll get at least 1, so upgraded pistol gained by Hype. But it will be a 5th for BuzzKill. Easy enough. All 5 stay alive for the CT forces. London now will buy back into this next round. It has been enough. Obviously, that's what the eco goes for here. Another rifle round back on the board. The next one. A little bit limited in utility. Only 1 player with a 4 stacks there. Others with 3. And BuzzKill, same setup once again. The AWP for Russ. Going out towards Heaven and try and cut off the outside positions. A pretty common position. Hype's going to take contact, however. Try look for the likes of Adam, who's already made his way into the secret cross, or out towards the red box at the very least. Smokes will go up once again. He will be covered on his way into secret, so he's got the flanking positions, but this might be a ruse here. BuzzKill. Vent dive, perhaps. I mean, they're all set up towards the hut position. 3 players there, including that bomb. It looks like an A commitment to me with a bit of a red herring thrown out by Adam. A BuzzKill, we've seen their A-side defensive be so strong so far in the past. Let's see if it holds true this time.
Difference in playstyle as well from Russ, who's been sitting outside as well as rotating in through Heaven. Instead, he's committed towards the bomb side. London might not be expecting this. The low angle facing with the AWP. They can obviously chase him down, but he's actually going to get on the aggressive Link. He's holding the angle, waiting for that fact, but Russ hits the shot. There's the opening opportunity that Molotov instantly to follow as they allow him to reposition, escape from that situation altogether. But the vents flank there from Adam. It's spotted out by Craze. They have to aggress faster and faster in towards that A site, but Craze and Russ are shutting things down. Eventually things are traded back by Fraser, but only a couple of kills to his name. London, that was a really critical set of repositionings. A different setup on that CT side, and London get caught off guard.
Yeah, Adam red on 2. BuzzKill managing to turn around and get those spray down. 6-2 on the board for the CT side. AWP in for Ross once again. He'll go towards outside, this time on the face. Meanwhile, London Esports on the eco once again. This is not looking good for the T's. They're losing a number of great rounds. Another great nade landing, doing tons of damage onto Link. Takes it to the face. Oh, and another follow-up as well. Molotov going to burn them all alive, but Cray on 1 point of health, I might add. Like, just that's all utility damage alone. London Esports not having the best of times as Adam is first casualty. The T's continue to make their way back down. Hype could line up all 4 and just melt them all. And indeed, he gets the first man. Probably looking for a bit more. Hear the footsteps at the very least. Wrap around that corner. Ooh, Link gets a deagle shot. 4 versus 3. Still got Hawk to deal with. And he's got all the control he needs, all the backup on the way here for BuzzKill.
Yeah, I don't really see a way that London are going to be able to pull this one back just based on HP alone, but if Link continues to have this hot hand that we've seen across all the maps, really, might be able to get a few more kills. Slow and steady is the name of the game for both sides, but Link not given too many opportunities. Hawk deals with him with the pistol, who is having a very stellar series. The IGL really stepping up in such a way where, the team leader, the spokesperson for the side, called out the Prem VP before, but is having an MVP-like performance here in the finals. Hype is still leading the charge as he's a standout performer on Nuke across all the games we saw in the group stages, but London needs to be able to adapt to this. They've really struggled to find an opening pick in towards any of these bomb sites, and Russ is continuing to hit shot after shot on that AWP.
How does he get it? An angle found by Crazed. Cray had no idea what's coming. Crazed looking for a second, but Link will take him out. 25 points of health remaining for him, though. BuzzKill can get such an easy trade, as in fact one player is coming in for the backstab. That's JSav. Russ with the AWP is the AWP will look onto this position. Flashbangs over. Fraser, no idea. Will still turn the AWP back around, so that's impressive in its own right. The BuzzKill still maintain HP dominance over the likes of Link, but not man advantage. Russ taken out on the aggression. That's the AWP down as well. No presence on the B bomb site. They're going to try and rotate. AWP will get back down towards Secret. But London have all the time to work with, and they've got all the room to breathe. If they go right now, they get a bomb plant completely uncontested by BuzzKill.
Rotation made by Hawk will at least cut them off if they do now attempt to make it their way on towards the bomb site. They're still waiting for the reaction from BuzzKill. I don't think they understand what the rotations have come out from that CT side. I think as time progresses on through, they'll have to check and clear more angles over time. And Hawk has positioned himself in the spot that Adam so nefariously uses. Hawk gets the second as well. He gets Mezzy initially, but Link just couldn't track down the trade. Fraser attempting to the best of his abilities, but the bomb is dropped at the disposal of Hawk. He's trying to track him down, but caught mid-air. And that's Hawk's territory, the B bomb site. 8 rounds now for BuzzKill, 6 in a row.
Well, Adam's just been dethroned from his throne over on the control room. And he's not happy about that. He's called a tactical pause for London Esports. Man, what an ADR score for Russ. 114. 213 done by utility damage. That's insane. A lot of damage being done by the utility coming in from the BuzzKill side. Like, it's very clear to me that they're using the HGs and the Molotovs so effectively to shut down London Esports.
Especially on those eco rounds.
Yeah, on the eco rounds as well. Like, you don't have to take the face, you don't have to take the risk with the M4s, you know, especially when you've got a deco out. No Kevlar, it's fine. Just throw a nade down, splash damage everybody out of play. It's easy as that right now. London Esports on the half buy. Mac 10s on 4 players. This actually could be quite fun. You know, we've seen both teams like the rushes down towards Squeaky on the T side. Yeah. So what if London do the exact same thing? Well, not quite Squeaky, but they certainly will go straight in towards the A bomb site. A lot of damage being done by the Molotov, so unfortunately the Mac 10s can't get much done here. Hype will get 2 before being traded back. 2 for 2 as Crazed also falls in the interim. And 3v3 scenario. Looks like they'll get a bomb plant out of this. How much further can they take it, though?
Good damage nade onto JSav on the rotation. The SMGs are successful to getting up towards the site. They can maybe get this bomb planted as well. The smokes will begin to dissipate, so timing important, but a smoke descends from the heavens. They get another one to use in this retake, and now suddenly things get a little bit more interesting. If that's deployed towards heaven, that buys so much time here for London, but instead, main will be the opportunity. BuzzKill going to commit forward with the utility available to them. Hawk leading the charge. Down into the flames, down and descending in towards the site. Mezzy and Cray have done it all, though. They get the crucial double kill on Mezzy. And what was potentially shaping up to be an interesting round, you pointed it out so wonderfully. I mean, these rushes in towards the A site, either through door or this time in through hut, it catches BuzzKill off guard. Although Hype is able to get a double kill, Craze can't contribute in a meaningful way. And it does it one better than just the pistols. Those SMGs are very, very punishing. You miss those initial shots, and they're just able to track you down and overwhelm you by numbers.
Already utility coming through, trying to sell BuzzKill on the idea that it's another A rush. I mean, a lot of utility damage being done to Hype already. And yeah, the straight fire hit coming through from London. It works so well for the T side. Trying to fall back out towards the lobby position. 3 players still stacked up. I think initially they want to go towards this A-bomb site. And a little bit of contention coming through from Russ on the ramp room. London Esports haven't gone there too many times. Whenever they have, it usually has been a bit of a disaster. BuzzKill here on the A-site defense. Gonna get flashed out. Hype gets the first man, getting traded back out. Craze turns the spray on towards 1 and a second, almost even a third, but loads of damage done to Cray. He comes out alive. Bomb will get picked up and planted open for main. JSav round his corner, and Cray will get the headshot, not looking the right way. Can't turn it back around for the adjustment. Fraser will go falling, and Cray is the last man left. 2 kills to his name, but creeping around the corner, he can't the spray on the third, and potentially the 4th not to be. Pistol turned out for Rust, and 9 will be gained by BuzzKill.
That's a phenomenal effort there from Cray. He read the situation as well, understanding that BuzzKill might have pushed in from behind. I think things got a little bit awkward where as soon as he went for the reload, those players on the side of BuzzKill peeked, body blocking his teammate. They were sort of huddling together, too close for comfort on the side of London, not able to space themselves correctly. It was an easier enough one to be able to track down, but it gets close. Russ the only survivor from the round, and We've seen this from BuzzKill. They get aggressive towards the red crate. This time it's going to be Hawk. He's up close in these smokes. Fraser, he hears the scope from up high, jumping over it. Hawk, it might just be able to escape, but the smokes, they track him down through the smoke. Just before things fade, BuzzKill on the back foot, but Russ answers back with his own AWP.
Almost lined up a collateral right there. Hawk did not need to go down in that smoke situation. If he stayed behind hard cover, he would have been a fantastic area just to harass and keep London Esports at bay. He's done a lot of damage to the T-side line, so I think that Craze will take advantage of taking out the low HP player of Fraser. I think he was on 1 point in this round. And Hype, now confused on where Link is, going to have to try and find him of his own right out the decon area. AK wins the fight, back being turned to Hype. JSav responds all the same onto Cray. Mezzy and Link, the last 2 players that remain. One's on bomb site, one's rotating back over through the vents area. Mezzy just trying to check all the angles. They have left A pretty open here, BuzzKill. Crazy coming in for the backstab. I think Squeaky Door is open as well. No, it's not. Scratch that. So Link has a bit of information in both ways. Back's going to be turned, and when the threat is coming in from, if it is coming in from Squeaky. Incendiaries go down. Bomb will make its way up. It's not on the B-bomb site. It's going to be a 3v2 retake for BuzzKill.
Craze, the closest player, waiting patiently with the shotgun. Russ will make the long rotation in through Secret. Link would have heard that rotation as well. The flash will come through, just landing at his feet, but not going to blind him up. The missed shot from Russ, Link capitalizes. The trade's not available there for that CT side. London holding things down in the post plant. JSav, his cover, and the cross towards the bomb site was fully under the coverage of Link, who's been a consistent performer here for London. 12 kills to his name, leading the charge there for that T side. A 4th is certainly not the worst here from London. A 5th, if they're able to get it, gives them a bit more breathing room, though, and they should be able to line that one up, as it is just now pistols for BuzzKill.
Yeah, forced down to the eco, else they would have had to go for it in the last round of the half, and ideally 2 rounds lost bonus kicking around. They want to get themselves a rifle to end off things. Hawk will get spotted in the first face out towards the outside position. BuzzKill obviously going to be stacking into the bomb site. 3 players here on A, as the 4th one out towards Heaven. Outside control gained, of course, by the London Esports squad as the pistol just tries to see if he can get some long-range shots against Link. 87 points of HP, though. He's going to be absolutely fine. No problems there for the London Esports Lone Ranger as they play out towards that mid and outside position once again. Into the A-bomb site, it seems that they'll go, just flashing their way through, just trying to make sure that Hype does not get any lucky good shots. Craze will go falling, as will JSav, as will Russ, and as will Hype. 9 to 5 standard working hours. Yeah,
London being very methodical in that approach. They didn't want to get caught out by those pistols, but really around that wasn't too close a contest. BuzzKill not doing anything unorthodox, just stacking towards the site, hoping that London, if they committed to something faster, maybe trying to catch up the defenses, would get overwhelmed, maybe a couple of weapons taken away. But now this is the final round of the half. SMGs will come out for the defensive. Hype and JSav will wield those weapons. Russ back on the AWP and immediately rotating towards outside, where there is a lot of presence here from London, but he's not going to get there in time. Hype dealt with the secondary frag on towards Craze. They even siphon off the rotation. Hawk can do nothing from up high. JSav can't recover the weapon. He's pushing forward, but they haven't checked it. Only the 1 kill found. Russ with the AWP, 4 players to find in a post plant, and surely not. Yeah, Craig denies it. A 6th accumulated for London. What was shaping up to be a shutout half, really, for the BuzzKill side is recovered here from the T side of things.
Yeah, still 9 to 6 is pretty respectable for the CT Forces. Again, that is BuzzKill's half over and done with, but this is where things get interesting. Both teams have shown to have some pretty strong T sides. Not amazing, but strong. Well, London certainly brought it back towards the end of that half right there, and we've seen the vent dives come through from the likes of Adam, which have worked so wonderfully for them. And BuzzKill, they've also got those A rushes, those crucial rushes that have worked so well for them. And here comes one of them, Crazed out of the gate. The first man in, spots one towards Heaven. Russ will take early damage, but it's minimal at best. And the bomb plant will come through for BuzzKill. Similar strat to the London Esports side, except much less resistance being thrown up by the CTs as they have full site control. London Esports, the defuse kit is on Fraser. He's here towards the Heaven position. Smoke up towards the hut position as they'll try and go for the retake.
Smoke's going through. Hype and JSav from down low. They all congregate out through Heaven. Link only left alive. 4 players to find, and Russ will find the crucial headshot. The double digits is secured. The pistol round taken there from BuzzKill. And the second pistol, I believe, accumulated for the side. They should be able to accrue a deeper scoreline now as a result of that, as London will take a bit of a different approach. Instead, force buying into things, as they maybe value the utility, the AWP presence, should they get into that first gun round. But BuzzKill are going to try and fight the same sort of shenanigans. Craze with the scout himself. He's going to be given opportunities to fight at those long distances. And London not really being too assertive outside.
Yeah, they tried for this on the T side half, but here on CT, it's been very, very quiet from them. It is only second round, so that can all change at any point right now. Playing very passive angles. You can see Adam is ready for a player on top of the hut, so he's like not even going to try and face around the outside, just going to wait for this one angle, hope to go to T side player goes towards it, and if they do, then they get their kill. If not, well, chances are you're going to go forward. He gears up his position as well, so BuzzKill getting a bit more information. They'll fall back over to the Vents position. They might be able to outread this as well, considering how easy it is to rotate from main to that Vents and still be in a pretty decent position to defend the bomb site. But 60 seconds left. BuzzKill still with the advantage, playing carefully, as they've always done, as they've always respected the opposing force. They know how dangerous London can be. They're not going to give them the chance to pull an upset round.
And look to one of these players on the side of London to make some sort of initiative play. I think you need to get that information, those rotations in early if you're that CT side, especially when you have the odds stacked up against you. Fraser might be able to pull things off, though, with this Deagle in hand. But as soon as I say that, JSAF finds an entry on the rotation. They're going to be able to wrap in towards Heaven, towards that A site. Hype gets the kill, and that's likely the round over. Link will have to pull something phenomenal.
Well, we'll get one headshot on Hype, but that certainly is not phenomenal in my opinion. I mean, feel free to disagree with me.
Yeah,
but,
it was okay.
It was all right. One kill, one rifle taken away. I don't think they can recover. I think it was an AK they dropped as well, but regardless, that's one player down. 11 on the board for BuzzKill, and a buy coming through for London Esports will be pushed away for another round. It was a force buy. I mean, it will be 12-6. I mean, only a P250 coming through for the CT forces. I mean, BuzzKill take this as carefully as they always have. Don't allow the chance. I mean, it's a flashbang for Adam, which might do some potential.
Fast play.
Fast
I think
play.
They've got the SMG in hand.
Initially, it looks like it would be a fast play, but straight out nading out the squeaky door. I mean, that's a pretty standard default play from BuzzKill so far we've seen. You see the stack play coming through towards outside, though, from London, so they're not really looking to go and hold the beat in the bomb sites. Talk will spot one towards Hell. Chase him down. Come on. There you go. Seems like a lot of kill. Oh. Does get overwhelmed, so he does run into the stack, and the T's will now know that the bomb can make its way in towards A, can get the bomb plant down, set up a very unlikely retake for London Esports.
Yeah, that's exactly what the game plan was for BuzzKill. They bought the one SMG up on Hawk just so he could track down, build a bit more space for the BuzzKill side to work with. As soon as he identified that ramp was clear, he tracks that player down towards CT. I recognize as well that all those players are stacked up outside, and that means that BuzzKill had a fully exposed bomb site to get themselves a bomb plant. A little bit of damage done into these players, and I think Cray may be able to finish a couple of them off. Opportunity presents itself. Hype is dealt with. An opportunity to get the weapon as well, but JSAF should cut him off, and that is rather unfortunate for him. He wanted that weapon to bring forward, meaning that they would be able to afford a bit more utility. Of course, they should be able to buy up every bell and whistle in this one, but having that little bit of a buffer built up where you can maybe drop pistols over, maybe get an extra kit or an extra smoke into a round where it's not too close of a contest, that could certainly pay forward. But London, now on the AWP, now on Orgs, we'll see how Fraser performs outside as BuzzKill will likely set up for more outside smokes, but no, it's the fast play once again. Link, a 1-for-1 exchange, and nobody else to really pick up the pieces for London.
Adam will get forced out to Heaven area as well. The Molotov lands successfully. The bomb plant will come through. Back of the bomb, no, sorry, open for main, scratch that. Molotov's in. 3 players held up, can't make their way up the ladders. Fraser in main. AWP. What can he do from here? Smoke will dissipate in a moment's time, and he's going to have to be the key point of this one. Smoke's back up, reinstated. The CTs off the back of that aren't even going to go for the retake. London Esports letting this get dangerously close to map and match and tournament point for BuzzKill. 13-6, and they're yet to score on CT's side. I did say the T-sides were looking strong. Apparently, I very underestimated that one there, Yumi. Very much so. BuzzKill will come out worse for wear in terms of the man advantage at the end of this round, so they will lose a little bit of investment. Actually, quite a lot, considering how the money looks like for Hype and Hawk. But the bottom line is still that scoreline. 13-6. 3 from BuzzKill to be your Grosvenor Season 2 champions.
And I think what's interesting from the BuzzKill T sides that we've seen is that they don't always throw these outside smokes, the sort of standard smokes that you're used to seeing on the side of Nuke, just because it feigns some map control that causes additional rotations. Instead, they sometimes just go for these flat-out rushes, and we saw the interview with Adam before. They got caught out by in the group stages. It seems like they're getting caught out once again here in the grand finals, but this time a faster play in towards ramp. Cray hits the shots he needs to, the double down on the spray, and Mezzi as well, able to shut things down in its entirety. Crazed down to 11 HP, but he's built up a situation where London are in so many different angles. They could potentially push through lower. They could already be down towards that B bomb site. Every single angle, every single fight that he takes is going to be a risk.
Yeah, 12 points of health. 1v3. Not going to happen for the BuzzKill Lone Ranger.
I'd like to see him almost save this AK coming into the next round because they've got more than enough money built up on the likes of Russ and JSAV.
It would be advisable. I mean, it depends really. I mean, Kraze could have Kraze could probably reinvest anyway. I mean, he's going to try and take the face. His decision's been made for him. $4,500 though. He can definitely go for an AK buy. JSAV and Russ probably will drop those weapons out so they get the utility and head Kevlar for Hawk and Hype. Very nicely done. Very heavy investment from BuzzKill though. Would mean that there's a chance for London to shut them down and really put some back on the board. Russ has got that AWP out now. He was great on the CT side. He's always been great on that CT side. It's the T side where things kind of go a little bit shaky for the BuzzKill main man. So you're going to look towards this. How is he going to turn it around? How will BuzzKill use his AWP? It's up against Fraser's AWP towards the outside. What spots one player making their way out towards red box. The secret smokes are back up once again. BuzzKill this time going to take a different approach towards B, but all 5 are going towards B in London. I'm not sure how much they're picking up on these positions, but they should be able to realize eventually that BuzzKill, when they go commitment, they go full commitment.
Yeah, and these are the sort of standard smokes that I was talking about, where they can get in towards secret. You deny a lot of information. You force this player to rotate towards that B site. Mezzi has to anchor things down. He'll be the player that relays the communication towards London to make those rotations. Fraser will take down Hawk. That was on the lurking presence there for the T side, but they have the majority of the site at their disposal. Mezzi deploying a Molotov, a timely one at that, to allow these rotations to come through in its entirety for that CT side.
Oh, spray from JSAV, not going to go well. Mezzi takes himself a kill. Craig comes up and towards Hype, and the crossfire is set. The T's are going to get dismantled, and the AWP of Rust doesn't land a single bullet. Cray with the final one, and London, with all 5 players staying alive, will build up to an 8th. And BuzzKill, it started looking dangerous for a moment. Now London have bought themselves a bit of a chance. I don't see a major buy coming through from the T's. A scout will come through for Craze, but buying down to the 2K mark and no more than that means BuzzKill will be on for essentially an eco round, a quasi-buy, if you will. Another fast play potentially come through. Hawk's already out squeaky as Fraser's watching the outside positions. Hawk will get dealt with, the bomb being dropped out towards the Svens area. So 4 versus 3, well 5 versus 3. Oh, Fraser. Fraser! Almost landed another. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. They are anti-eco frags. BuzzKill, we're going to lose this round. It's all if the Crazy can do anything to get damage, but no, Adam ends off the job. 2 kills for him and 2 great kills for Fraser. And now London are within 4 of the BuzzKill lead.
Yeah, and they've accrued a lot of money on the CT side. You look at the likes of Fraser, 7K, Adam, just hovering around 10K. Everyone is able to buy for the next subsequent rounds on the side of London, especially if they continue to have these clean sweep performances. But BuzzKill, because they invested so heavily into that round, Craze buying up a scout couldn't potentially drop over or even wield the AWP himself. BuzzKill seemed like they had this plan from the get-go. Hawk, immediately the entry there. It's a back-and-forth trade on the A bomb site once again, but Fraser burning in the Molotov almost into its entirety. 18 HP remains on him, but the 3 versus 4 for London, immediately the call to save.
They have no choice. So much damage done to Fraser. The money's still looking pretty good for the CT forces, but at the same time, it's probably going to last a little bit longer because if they rebuy in the next round, then get shut down, they'll have very little money to work with. BuzzKill will be on a better buy. It's better just to have a confident buy in the next round and a confident buy in the round after that, at least to try and shut down the chance for BuzzKill to take the map in the series.
Yeah, especially with the amount of utility that these CT players have. You're absolutely right. Not giving much of an opportunity to deploy it, given how fast BuzzKill hit that A site once again.
The key thing to remember as well is that BuzzKill, using a lot of utility, they've got not a lot of money, so they're going to be reinvesting a lot of cash into the next round, you know. They can keep that economy limited on the London esports side, and that means the next buy is going to be very, very awkward for the T forces. And again, that could be the one thing that breaks London, that breaks the back of BuzzKill, gives London a chance to equalize and try and get to match point first. So AKs up against M4s, AUGs, mostly AUGs and the AWP, and BuzzKill going for the nades and the smokes down. Russ initially trying to get some sort of control. Flashing in will not commit to the A-bomb site just yet. They've gone for this rush in the past, but the Molotov from London, instant response is back, and the smokes go up and over. Russ still here, and the T's will just face away. London esports, a lot of utility to try and counteract it. They're not going to allow a rush.
And you can see the adaptation there from London because they were scared about the rush. Adam pushing straight through the smokes towards main, just try and reinforce that A site because it has been a weakness for them so far in this CT side. Small little play, but BuzzKill have read into that fact, not going for that same aggression, but still feigning it, throwing the same utility that you would expect, and it leaves London still guessing.
Meanwhile, they stack their way into the lobby. 4 players up for the hit. Adam and Link, are you ready for this? Fraser with the orb can rotate into position, but they're going to be the first 2 players to contact. Molotovs and flashbangs, here we go. Adam lines up the spray on 1, but not the second. Damage being done to Hype. Craze also taking a little bit as Fraser starts to chime in with the AWP. Mezzy will catch 1 towards the outside, so some of the lurk players have been dealt with by the BuzzKill side. And Link catches Hype, finally deals the damage, finally takes him down. Onto JSav as well. Double kill on the triple for Craze. No, Craze stays alive, but he's got an ace clutch to work against, and it's not going to happen. Craze comes in from main, and London Esports stay alive.
Money beginning to dwindle on the BuzzKill side. They can't really afford up the full buy in this round. A couple of players really hovering around that amount of cash, and so they'll have to make a few compromises. JSav on the CZ, Russ the Galil to work with. But every bell and whistle available here for London to prevent the fast play, to prevent the rush, and it's actually going to be a faster play once again here from BuzzKill. They're brazen in this fact, and they overwhelm Link. Adam has to push past the smoke, that same adaptation that we saw. The 1 kill, the lineup is there. Adam gets the triple on the A site. Hawk is dive. Yeah, they make it towards the B-bomb site.
BuzzKill instantly seeing that everything's gone wrong. They change the plan at the drop of a dime. Bomb plant now towards Decon. Rush trying to cover off the secret push. It's all on Mezzy with the AUG versus the Galil. And meanwhile, Hawk ready for the 2 main players up here. Orb shot misses. He dinks down Fraser. And Rush rounds that corner. Mezzy will take him, so it's all left to Hawk. He's clutched this before. Can he clutch this again? 1v3 for a 4K. He's on the ramp position. Fraser not ready for this. He'll hear those footsteps. He'll hear him drop down. Ready for Cray at the same time. Headshot comes forward. Second player not found. And Fraser will end off the task. The defuse will come through. London with a great retake. A fantastic defensive BuzzKill. Against all odds went for the rush. And against every odd, London Esports will come out on top.
They have to be patting Adam on the back after this series if they do somehow make it out of that. I mean, finding a triple kill just by his lonesome, no real utility there to support, just jumping through the smoke and pulling something out of the bag puts London in a position where they could win that round. It will be pistols brought up once again here for BuzzKill, a potential for 12 for London. Fraser even through the smoke, jumping up was Hype, but swatted out of the air. Adam spamming through. A bit of damage done on the side of BuzzKill, but they do get themselves towards that lower site.
3 players down towards Secret, already into the halls and out towards double doors. Can they get a bomb plan out of this? That's the key question. The CT's back on ramp room, not ready for the rotation. 1 will be there just in time. Fraser with the AWP of all things. It's just going to be the worst case scenario for BuzzKill. 1 smoke down. We'll try and get the bomb to cross. And he actually misses. Lands on the Russ. Nade up on him. Oh no, AWP shot misses. Russ will just about sink the cash injection for BuzzKill Esports. And on this eco, that's the main thing they're looking for. There should be no chance to win against the incoming London retake. As JSav gets pushed out of position, the Deagles from Craze will try and land some headshot damage. They will get Fraser, but Craze is the last man left for the ace clutch on the Deagle. So much damage can be done. Does take Mezzy. Look for Cray. Potentially he's going to miss. Do some tag damage, but Cray stuck the whole thing. And Crazed. That's such a sucky thing to happen. I mean, he could have potentially denied the bomb plant stall for time. And imagine, just imagine for a second if he got that Deagle clutch. Imagine the kind of hype behind BuzzKill Esports at that stage.
Yeah, the 1 shot that was fired through the smoke connects on the diffuser. If that hits a headshot, suddenly Craze into a variable winnable position because he holds a really fantastic post-plant position. Like you said, extremely unfortunate that it happens in that manner, but BuzzKill once again onto the rifles. They're scared of this pushing towards A again. BuzzKill not going to make that same play. Adam Cole with the smoke though. Oh, it deploys and actually hits Hawk. It's going to be a delayed Russian pushing towards that A site. The first entry not available. Link gets the double kill. Hype, a double kill of his own, but the rotations are there so quickly for London. 13th accumulated, 1 round discrepancy between these 2 teams.
BuzzKill with a delayed rush, but they didn't have the accuracy to get the headshot angles against the London Esports players. They're now playing around BuzzKill standards. They just have that 1 headshot angle. The 1 taps need to come through, but they just went for sprays. All the bullets missed. A tactical pause being taken by BuzzKill. They need it. No doubt about that one, in my opinion. It's so difficult right now. I mean, they've got a little bit of cash they can buy up right now. They probably have to save, though, if they have to go into the next round with a loss. They have loss bonus at least. They can half buy potentially, but not full buy if they go for the investment, and they will opt to go for the investment, which means that potentially London Esports, if they win this round, can take tournament point. BuzzKill will be fighting for an overtime. And Hawk on that AWP. He's been stellar with it. What can he do this time?
Only in his hands because it's the glass cannon. Could have been instead in Russ's if he was able to afford it himself. But they want that as an instrumental piece of the offense here. Russ instead picking up the lurking position over towards outside. Fraser is going to check around the edge of the smoke. That's Russ dispatched of. Hawk and JSav not able to accomplish too much either, receiving initial tag damage, and Fraser plays a very passive angle, a crack peek with the AWP instead. He's done what he needs to. He's found the opening pick. He's going to deny a little bit more information for BuzzKill in terms of the approach towards the A site, but not really taking too many fights after the fact. He doesn't want to give up that position, doesn't want to give them outside control to work with.
Smokes will come through. They blind off that crack eventually. They know that probably Fraser would have gone for this. 60 seconds left for the BuzzKill squad. They make their way inland. Fraser not catching anything. Hawk checking up the heaven area, but they haven't checked the red box. He'll now give up his position on that front, and he'll fall back to CT. The team's looking to try and commit to A, and there are 3 players to deal with. 3 hungry rifles looking for the full 30-round distance. And they're running out of time here. BuzzKill, if they're going to go for a hit, they need to do it now. They've got a flash, smoke, 2 smokes, and a Molotov. And a counter smoke comes back from Link, takes out Hawk. 5v3, spraying onto the second and lines it up for the third, but Hype gets the trade frag. And then right around his corner, lines up both of them, just barely connects it. And we will be going the full 30-round distance here for our final map of the tournament. 14-14. Who is going to come out on top?
A pause called. This time it's going to be BuzzKill once again. It's the second pause that they've called in this half, and BuzzKill, what's the call here? I mean, do you afford up and go for the full buy? You could potentially put yourself in a compromising position where London might be able to push things further, but if you eco in this one, you guarantee that London are up to the 15th round. Do you hedge your bets between this one and the following round? You're going to have the same amount of money if you do so in both those rounds. You have the opportunity to potentially take an advantage, do something that's unexpected in both those situations. We'll have to wait to see what the call is here from BuzzKill. It's going to be the half buy. That's definitely the more measured of the 2 approaches.
I did say, obviously, if they wanted to go for the smart play, they would have gone for the buy up in that last round, half bought in this one, then full bought in the next one, so that way they could try and deny that overtime from London Esports. But it will be match point for the London side regardless, and again, a tournament point here in our final map of the series, as Adam starts things off, taking out Russ out to the outside position on Secret. And Mezzi the line with the AUG to try and mop up the rest of the pistols, quickly down towards the Deagle. Hawk falling, JSav. Well, Crazy will get one quick trade, but that's about as far as it will go. Easy round there for the London Esports side. And again, match map tournament point for London Esports. BuzzKill with 1 final buy up. Russ opting for the AK. That leaves Hawk with an AK of his own right. Full sets of utility for the whole T side. And this is the final stand for BuzzKill. Can they deny London Esports? Can they stop them from winning the tournament?
Full
Surely
utility.
Not. Surely not. They're going for the rush, and the London Esports have the Molotov to try and stop it. It's straight up sprays from Adam. He lines up 2, trays back from Hype, but he can't make it last. JSav, last man left, takes a leg shot, and Cray will finish the job. I cannot believe they put their whole tournament chances into a squeaky rush, and London shut it the hell down. 16-14.